Hello, everyone. This is Jamie Ward. I am the founder and CEO, People Wave HR Consulting and HR Consultancy Group. And today we're going to be talking about hourly non-exempt employees. This video pairs with the prior video that I presented on called Salaried Exempt Employees. And this is a continuation of that conversation. When we consider an hourly non-exempt employee, the first thing we must consider is the fact that they are hourly. And the second part is they are non-exempt, meaning not exempt from accruing overtime. So we want to make that distinction very clear. So for the non-exempt employees and the hourly status that we're discussing, the first thing we need to talk about is record keeping. Hourly employees require record keeping, good record keeping. And the reason I say this is part and parcel of the process for making sure that we pay them correctly. Good record keeping could look like a written timesheet. It could look like a advanced timekeeping platform. It could look like an app that you use when employees are out in the field when they start work. It's very essential to have that in place when you are considering bringing on hourly non-exempt employees. The second thing we need to consider about hourly non-exempts are lunch times. Each state has different rules on when someone should take a lunch if they're an hourly employee. So it's up to you, the small business owner, to make sure that you have figured out what your rules and guidelines are for your state. If you don't know the rules and guidelines for your state, you should be reaching out to your local Department of Labor for your state specific needs. You could also reach out to someone like myself in an HR consultancy firm, and we could assist you further. The other piece of this is that we need to understand how our overtime in our state is calculated. Each state can be different from the other states. So this is very important things for those of you who have employees in multiple states, that the overtime and the lunchtime rules can be completely different from what you're used to in your home state. So you need to make sure that you're on top of the information regarding that state. As an HR professional, I'm constantly doing state reviews to make sure when I create a policy that I am bringing in all the factors that I need to make sure that that policy works well. Some states are completely different from overtime, like I said before. So, for example, in California, there are three ways to earn overtime in California. In Massachusetts, there's a premium on holidays and weekend work in that state. So things like that pop up. You have to really consider what you need for your purposes as a small business owner. Now you're going to say to me, "Hey Jamie, well, what does this matter if I make a mistake on my compliance? What's the problem with record keeping?" Well, record keeping is essential for this because one of the things people don't realize is if an employee becomes disgruntled with you, the first place they can go is unemployment. When they say, "Hey, I quit this employer and I'm leaving them and I want to gain unemployment, and these are the reasons why," and they say it's the hours and not calculating my overtime correctly, that's going to spur the official with unemployment to say, "Well, what's going on? Give me some insight. Show me your records." And the employee is going to potentially show records. And your records as the employer must match. If they don't, the incongruence there could cause a scenario where more corrective action needs to be taken from the state you're in. So those are the sorts of things we need to make sure that we're on top of. We're trying to do our due diligence, do our best effort to make sure our record keeping is right. One of the things that I always say is if there is a scenario for time, I always move in the direction of the employee's benefits versus the employer's benefits if it's not that egregious. So, for example, if I see a time where someone clocked in for 17 minutes, I'm going to pay them probably the full 30 minutes. in that scenario. I know that isn't set well with a lot of employers, but the variance here causes more problems than it solves. And you have to think about what's your risk of assessment when you're dealing with employee issues. What if your math's wrong? So you have to make sure that you have tried true tested procedures that you follow consistently for your timekeeping, your record keeping practices, so that you can facilitate an understanding between you and your employees that you have done your best by them. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope that you find some value here. And if you do, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. I truly appreciate the time that we have. And again, I also want to stress again that this is not a presentation, this is a conversation. So please feel free to converse with me regarding any of these questions. I'm glad to help you and walk you through some basic ideas of approaches that you can use to help solidify your business. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.